Remember, guys, one client could mean that you're making £5,000 to £10,000 a month. Just one client who gives you 1 or 2 jobs. So please understand something. It's not about doing tons and tons and tons of work. It's about doing a little bit of work consistently. So day one, what you're going to do is this. You're going to go onto a website. You're going to find some candidates. And by the way, there are probably 4 or 5 different ways you can find candidates, but you're going to go on a website and you're going to find candidates and see which candidates are actively looking for work. And now let me explain exactly how you would do something like that. So as you guys can see, this is how there's an option for you to find some candidates, and it's free. And so it's an easy way. Now, by bearing in mind, there's 5 other ways you guys can basically find getting some candidates. And so Recruiter M, take the domain down. This is completely free. In essence, it's using LinkedIn in the background. What you're going to do is here, let's just do accountant. Okay, let's just do accountant. Let's do London. Okay, and let's just do ACCA. That is a accountancy thingy, accreditation, certificate, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, we've got now candidates that have come up. I've done a search. We've got candidates that have come up. And so all these candidates will have ACCA, and they will be accountants, and they basically are not looking for work. Right. So what you need to then do is add them on. And again, I don't want to go on their profiles because, we're going to see their faces and the names and privacy and GDPR and all of that stuff. And so the point though being is you could use that to search some candidates in your market. Now, once you have the candidates, once you've spoken to a few people and they're like, yes, I am looking for work, the best thing you can do is speak to them and take them to the market. So that day one, you're going to just trying to find lots and lots of candidates for yourself. Once you've got about 3 candidates, hopefully you can find 3 candidates that are actively looking for work day one. Now, if you're doing it part-time, completely okay. You can do something like this in the evenings. You could do something like this on the weekends. It's not taking a lot of time. So don't worry about it. In fact, most of the people we teach how to start their own recruitment company do this part-time. So day 2 or 3 now, you've got some candidates. You've got 3 or 4 people who are actively looking for work in your market. What you will now do is start calling companies and saying, I've got really good guys who are looking for work. What you're going to do is take them to the market. And so he's an accountant and he's got an ACCA qualification and he's happy for you to represent him, and he's happy for you to take him to the market. You guys have seen some of my cold calling videos, and you know it's very, very possible. And sometimes it's just about putting 10 minutes of work in every single day. If you guys make calls for just 10 minutes a day, I promise you guys, after 3 or 4 weeks, you will have clients who will happily work with you as long as you have the right candidates. And so the point is this: you need to find the right candidates. As long as you do that, take them to the market. And so the accountant was based where? He was based in London, and he had an ACCA qualification. And so I would go to companies who again use that sort of skill set. What I would also do is find other candidates that have worked for companies where they worked as an accountant and they had an ACCA qualification. Because if candidate, remember, A, B and C have worked for different companies, then that means we've got 15 companies that definitely use accountants with ACCA qualification.